In this video, we will talk about Khuse being offered to Kaizer Chiefs to be a head coach. Also going to talk about Kevin Johnson and his latest diagnosis of Kaizer Chiefs, what he thinks has gone wrong. In fact, let's start with that. Because when asked why has Kaizer Chiefs started conceding so many goals, his answer has simply been, I do not know what has gone wrong. And I know, I will tell you, you know, the person who's been saving Chiefs from everything that has been happening is Bruce Vuma, because he's been making so many changes, which I find sad, because now that he's conceding goals, now people are blaming Yena. While Valley was facing a lot of shots before, it's just that now those shots are going on target and then they are harder for Bruce to save. And now people are saying he must be sold because he's not a serious keeper. But to Johnson, the fact that he's not aware of the fact that the team has not been playing well in any case. Like so far this season, this year, we've played 7 games. How many have we lost? We've lost 3. How many have we won? We've won only 1 and we've also drawn the other 3. So 3 draws, 3 losses and only 1 win. That is disgraceful. Like Unukovic has more goals than Kaizer Chiefs in this season. The only goals that we have is the one that we took against Pirates and the one we scored against Arrows. 3 goals. In fact, it's just sad the more I think about what is going on at Chiefs. And the fact that our coach is still just searching and not sure Uguti what is happening makes the situation so desperate, and it then opens up options and possibilities for people like the agents who are representing Khuse. Because right now, according to the source that we don't trust, Ilatuma, they are saying that the agents of Khuse are considering to offer him to Kaizer Chiefs. Now, I know with a lot of people, there's the first thing that comes in to mind, which, oh yeah, he's a legend of the club and we need someone who knows the culture, which I never argue with, because those are good points, that you need someone to come to Kaizer Chiefs who knows the culture of the club. And the other argument that the agents or the people, the sources who are reporting to kickoff, that they are saying is that he never failed when he came to Kaizer Chiefs. And that made me go to his record when he coached to Kaizer Chiefs, because for those who don't know, he's been an interim coach for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't see the record when he first became the interim coach, but the second one was just recent in 2012. Nah, it's not recent, it's been 12 years. Wow. Anyways, so when he became the interim coach back in 2012, this is what he did. He played his first game against Maritzburg United. He lost by 1-0. Played against Santos. There was still Santos, but we played against Santos. We lost 2-1. We played against Supersport. We lost 2-1. So he lost his first 3 games in a row. And I'm sure the management was like, nah, this is not happening. And that's when they went and got Stuart Baxter. But while they were talking to Baxter at that moment, he then beat Sundowns 2-0. After that, he followed that up with another 2-0 against Ice Cape Town. He won 2-1 against Free State Stars. And then he drew 0-0 with Amazulu. And then he was done with Kaizer Chiefs. Now, someone might say, Mpilo, but it's understandable, obviously. He would lose the first 3 games and then win the next 3 games straight, scoring goals. And then he drew against Amazulu, obviously. Draws and losses come at some point. But this is the question that I have for you. Because before I weigh in on my own opinion, you can pause the video and type, what do you think about this? Do you think he would actually make a good coach for Kaizer Chiefs? Because there's also an idea that is being floated around that he could partner up with Atazwane, and now you have 2 people who know how to identify players who are material of Kaizer Chiefs, but at the same time, you also have them as, what's the word? People who just understand Kaizer Chiefs, and the Chiefs' way that we're always talking about can end up being implemented. And I say no, not really. Because you look at Khuse, even if he understands football, because we all know I didn't watch him. I was too young when I was playing. Anyways, the point is, no matter how good he was, at the end of the day, you have people like Frank Lampard, very good player. Wayne Rooney was a very good player. Steven Gerrard is struggling even now. He only managed to perform in Scotland. But all of these were good players, but are terrible coaches. And people are going to say, but Lomchitalo proved himself back in 2012. He was a transitional coach at that time. It's different times. Now people are even more desperate. You understand? So bringing someone who has not coached in a very long time, forget Ukuthi has not coached in a very long time. Also, he never had won anything even before coaching or becoming an interim coach with Kaizer Chiefs. So right now, you're just looking. It's not like we've seen him coaching in Marumo Gallants here and there, and we saw promising football, but then he didn't manage. No, we just don't know where he's been coaching. And this is not me disrespecting him to say, nah, he's not a good enough coach. But I'm saying Kaizer Chiefs are now in a very, very desperate situation whereby if you are going to come to Kaizer Chiefs at this moment in time to coach them, you have to know your story. Because one of the biggest arguments that has been going around, which you talked about in the video of yesterday, which you should go check out about Atazwan, is the fact that a lot of people are talking about, why did Zwane come in? What did he do that made him recommended or seen as good enough to coach Chiefs? And then they say he didn't even perform, didn't even win anything in the MTC level. And that is true. So now we can't say now, oh no, we've tried it with someone who had not coached before. We brought him up to the senior team, and then they didn't do what the fans expected, and apparently what the management expected. Because if the management had expected him to do that, then to do that way in his first season, then they would have kept him. But they didn't keep him, which means they're also not happy. Which now says to me, if you are saying that Uzwane did not impress you in his first season, and then fans attributed that thing as the main reason Yoguti didn't perform because he didn't have any experience. People are banandaba what kind of players we had. They're just like, nope, he did not do well enough, so should have been sacked. And that means we must use the same logic then with anyone else. It doesn't have to be Zwane. It doesn't have to be Uzwane. Any coach, even if it's a Slovakian, Slovenian, anyone who can ever come in and be the Kaizer Chiefs coach, the first question that we should ask, the first thing that we should know is not how qualified is he. Because yes, value qualification, it's like a thing. If you don't have it, then you're not going to coach. But the second most important thing is, what have you won? You understand? Because right now, the truth of the matter is, other teams take time to build, but this is Kaizer Chiefs. People do not care about you saying you want to build. People want to see results. That's it. They don't care about, oh, we're building a system, we're doing this, we're doing that. Because this is what I'm telling you. Realistically, I wouldn't mind if a coach comes in like Klopp at Liverpool. He comes in, I see though that there's something that is being built and there's progression, right? But that's my opinion. Other people are not saying we want to build. They're like, no, we are Kaizer Chiefs. We do not do any building. So bringing in Khuse and saying, give him time, that's not going to work. We should be looking for someone who's a proven serial winner who's going to come into Kaizer Chiefs and hit the ground running. Because I'm sure the fans will be impressed if the Chiefs would at least make a run of 5 games with a win and draw and lose somewhere and maybe continue. Have these runs. Because now what is happening with the Chiefs? We have a run of poor results. We don't have a run of good results and then perform bad in 1 or 2 games here and there, which fans will accept because they know you can't win all the games. But we Chiefs, we just have 4, 5, 6 games where we're not doing anything, and that's what's frustrating. So having someone who's coming in to build at this point is just not going to work. No matter how good of a coach or potentially they might become, it just doesn't work. What do you think about this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.